Today in class 6 physics we will start with the type of forces. That is, if we see the changes we discussed actually earlier, by the force we can say that equal force is acting on the opposite direction of the first force was applied. Hence we can say that the two forces cancel each other and the balance force on the body which do not bring any change. So on the other hand, the changes occur in the body either moves from rest, comes to rest from motion and changes shape. That must interact with each other, and they either directly or indirectly the unbalanced force is then categorized. If we see, then it is two types actually. One is called non-contact force, another is non-contact force. So in contact force, the force in which the two interacting bodies that is in physical contact to each other, that is called contact force. And contact force between the bodies can also be with the help of connector like a stick, a piece of rope. The various kinds of contact forces are there. That is applied force, normal force, tension force, muscular force, collision force, frictional force, and mechanical force. So first starts with the applied force. That is a force applied to a change of state of motion by a person or another object. For example, if we push a chair across the room, then applied force is acting on the chair. This force exerted of the chair by the particular person is actually applied force. Now normal force, if we see, normal force is a support force that exerted on a body, that is a contact with another stable body. For example, if we see if a glass of water is kept on the table, then the table exerts an upward force on the glass to support its weight. In case of tension, if we see that forces exerted by string or rope when it is stretched, the stretched string exert force on the direction opposite to the applied force. For example, if we see the pull a cart with the rope, they apply force on the rope, and then the rope is turn applies the force on the cart, or cart moves. So in case of this tension exerted by the rope pulls the cart. In case of mechanical force, the force exerted by the muscles of the body, that is muscular force. We exert muscular force while walking, running, lifting, or animals exert force by carrying a load like plowing a field, lifting a bag, kicking a football. These are the different examples. In case of collision force, if we see that when contact force of two comes to play, when two bodies collide with each other, there is collision force. Like when two cars collide, they exert force on each other, and this force is collision force. In case of friction, if we see that the force opposite the relative motion of two bodies, that is friction, and this slows down things acting on the direction opposite to the motion of the moving body. Then friction is a contact force that arises due to the contact between the surface when we hit a ball, and that slows down and finally comes to rest. Similarly, a scooter also comes to rest once the engine stops. Wear and tear causes the moving parts of machine is because of the friction. We are able to work properly on a rough surface because of the friction offered by that particular surface, and it's very difficult to work in a smooth surface because of the smoothness reduces friction. In case of mechanical force, the force produced by the machine, that is mechanical force. Actually, machine does not exert force by itself, but it works with the help of energy that is supplied by the external sources, that is electricity, petrol, diesel, etc. The engine of vehicle runs with the help of fuel and moves the vehicle. The wind exerts force to move a sailboat or a windmill. So today up to that. Next we will start with the non-contact force.